So tomorrow is the last day of Q1 2021. I want to show you the portfolio setup. That is the top setup in our Q1. You see it's the 200K portfolio, and also going to show you a micro version of this 200K portfolio. A lot of questions on can I trade this with the micros. Micros are popular now, so I'm going to show you a variation for trading this with the micros. And so let's just go over the workspaces. This is a 40 strategy portfolio here. The current strategies of stock indexes. You see this includes 16 E-mini S&P strategies right here. ES, and then you have 4 NQ strategies. So 20 stock index strategies. Next you have the metals. Silver, there are 2 silver strategies in this setup. Now these don't trade all the time. You can see no trades today on these so far. And then you can see there are 7 gold strategies. So 2 silver, 7 gold. And then the next workspace is the energies. Energies includes natural gas. Let me get the pen and grab the box. Natural gas, RBOB one strategy, natural gas one strategy, and then you have 6 crude oil strategies. Cobra Crude is trading today. It is short plus $40. And then soybeans, you have grains, which is 3 strategies right here for the grains market. That's the current configuration. These are the results. We adjusted this portfolio on November the 30th. Of last year, and these are the Q1 results plus 45K. This is through November the 29th or March the 29th. It doesn't include today's results. It will. I've added the date March 30th because I've actually added the $1,200 stop loss Nasdaq strategy to this. You can see that. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to trade this with micros, a variation of this with the micros. So here's the new edition Cobra 3, $1,200 stop loss. That should be a $1,400 long profit target and $2,900 short profit target. So that's going to change right here. It's a typo. It's not. That's something that's been listed as 1,400 when it's, or 1,500 when it's 1,400. So that is $1,400 long profit target and $2,900 short profit target. And here is the non-profit target version. So this has $1,200 stop losses. These two have $600 stop losses. So one of the things that we're looking at also is to change this 200K portfolio slightly, very, very slightly. What's working, we don't want to mess with it too much. But I really dislike the Cobra 3 with the $600 stop loss. It just nearly stops us out every time. So if we remove this one strategy, I want you to notice what happens to the total profit over drawdown, the max drawdown as well. So if we remove this one strategy, it goes from 89.27. We remove that, and then you see 91.97. The drawdown is 19.537. So what can we do to replace it? Viper 2001 is one thing we can do to replace it. 19.537, that remains. This goes to 93.13. It's currently in a 32.9750 drawdown. You still have 40 strategies, and what's mainly working for us in the portfolios is less Nasdaq. Be very selective. The micro stock index in micro gold portfolio has 14 Nasdaq strategies, looking at maybe 4. And so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you a micro version of this. Not everyone has 200K to trade this, but the problem with it is that the lowest common denominator here is, well, for example, would be about half of this, because crude oil does not have a 1/10 micro contract. It only has a 1/2. I wish the exchanges would normalize these micros and minis. So crude oil has QM, which is mini crude oil, has mini natural gas, which they're 1/2. So in order to make this equal, you'd have to trade 5 micros on the ES, NQ, and gold. You trade the micro versions of that 5 contracts, because you would be trading a half of a crude oil contract on crude oil and natural gas. Also, silver and soybeans, they have a 1/5 contract. So you'd either have to trade 4 or actually trade 2 to 3 contracts. So that would make it difficult. That would make it difficult to trade that setup equally, but it could be done. One of the things, though, that if you have, you would still need 100K to trade that, though. So what could you do to trade this setup with a 1/10 configuration? Well, you couldn't trade all the strategies, and that I'm going to show you how. So I've saved my Excel file as a scratch file, and I've gone in and I've removed everything but the ES, NQ, and GC. So you don't have the complete market exposure with crude oil, natural gas, soybeans. You have less sectors, but if you have less capital, there's only so many things you can trade with 20K. And so this is basically our new micro stock index and micro gold portfolio. I want to show you that it's 19,775 divided by 10 for micro. So $1,977, 63.31 total profit over drawdown. This is performing better than our current micro stock index and gold portfolio because we have 14 Nasdaq strategies. The Nasdaq's just really difficult right now. Recently, our ES and gold strategies have made equity peaks. If you look at the ES and gold separately, those have done well. It's the Nasdaq that has really held us back. Just wild, extreme market price action, and so we want to limit that to the best strategies. So this will be the new setup. Instead of the current configuration, it'll be 27 strategies here. It kind of normalizes it with the with the 200K portfolio, and you also have the option of trading this version of Cobra 3 or removing Cobra 3. If you remove Cobra 3, you don't have the other markets in there, so that goes down. So you could trade this version of Cobra 3, and for this configuration, it doesn't change it that much. And you could also take a look at, instead of trading this version of Cobra 3, you could trade Viper 2021, and then you would match the configuration. And so it's still not as profitable as 1/10 of the full 200K portfolio because you lose market diversity, but this is what it's doing on the year. And so again, 1/10 of these numbers. Equity curve looks good. Drawdown curve, very solid. And so just trading less Nasdaq right now while the Nasdaq is going crazy on us. Wild all over the place, dip buying, won't allow normal distributions in that market. It's really extreme. And so yeah, this is the new setup. You put 0.1 in all these instead of 1, and you'll get the results for that. And so this will be what I recommend going into Q2. Q2 starts on Thursday, and then Friday is a holiday. So new micro stock index and gold portfolio, trading just the current ES, NQ, and GC strategies with the option of trading a larger stop loss on NQ and with Viper as well.